Bankruptcy in Ontario, Canada. Secrets revealed. Most people are afraid of filing for bankruptcy in Ontario, Canada, and rightly so. Bankruptcy should be a last resort. There are many options available to people in financial trouble. All of them should be canvassed before deciding to declare bankruptcy. In my professional practice, during the initial free consultation appointment, we look at all options with the person to avoid bankruptcy. We naturally have a discussion about what bankruptcy is and how it will affect the person. That way, the potential client is aware of all the options and can make an educated decision. The answers, which really aren't secrets, that we will reveal are: where do I begin? Should I declare bankruptcy, and what happens immediately if I do? If I go bankrupt, will I lose everything? If I go bankrupt, what happens to the money I owe? What takes place to my salary or wages throughout bankruptcy? Will my bankruptcy get rid of my student loans? Will I still owe money after I file bankruptcy? What length of time will I be in bankruptcy? Who will find out that I have filed for bankruptcy? Exactly how will bankruptcy impact my credit score? How is my partner or spouse affected by my bankruptcy? How will my bankruptcy impact my ongoing divorce case? How do I choose the right trustee for me? Where do I begin? The first step is recognizing that you have financial problems. If you are having difficulty meeting all of your financial responsibilities or have actually quit paying all of your bills on time, you have a financial problem. If you are having financial problems, you must contact a trustee as soon as possible. During your free consultation, you will learn that bankruptcy may not be your only alternative to leave your debt behind. There are a number of choices that include, however, are not restricted to budgeting, credit counseling, debt consolidation, consumer proposal. Should I declare bankruptcy, and what happens immediately if I do? Declaring bankruptcy is obviously a very serious step and a difficult personal choice. If the trustee has properly explained all of the realistic options available to you, it will make your choice much less scary. The first question is, do you even qualify to file for bankruptcy? You must be insolvent, owe more than $1,000 in unsecured debt to qualify for personal bankruptcy in Canada. Note that the first test is that you are actually insolvent. Insolvent or insolvency is a financial condition. It means that you are unable to meet your obligations generally as they become due. You have ceased paying your current debts as they come due. The fair value of all of your assets is less than the total amount of your debts. Bankruptcy is a legal state. Insolvency is a financial condition. If I go bankrupt, will I lose everything? If you declare bankruptcy, no, you will certainly not lose everything. There is a listing of things that are excluded from seizure in Ontario. A trustee can itemize the list for you. If you go bankrupt, because of certain exemptions, you won't lose everything. However, if your share of the equity in your home is significant, bankruptcy very likely is not for you. If I go bankrupt, what happens to the money I owe? Once you go bankrupt, all of your unsecured debts are frozen. Creditors cannot begin or continue any legal action against you, including a garnishee of your bank account and/or wages or salary. Once you are bankrupt, the trustee sends a bankruptcy notice to all of your creditors, along with a proof of claim form and instructions. With certain limited exceptions, the only remedy your unsecured creditors have is to file a proof of claim with the trustee. This does not apply to any of your debts owed to lenders who hold valid security against a specific asset, such as a bank holding a mortgage against your home or a lender who has security against your car for an auto loan. What takes place to my salary or wages throughout bankruptcy? Your income is not impacted by your bankruptcy. You will continue to receive your normal salary or wages as you always have. You will need to complete income and also expense forms throughout detailing your and your spouse's earnings and expenses. This is part of your budgeting procedure to meet one of the aims of the bankruptcy process, financial rehabilitation. If your family income goes beyond specific requirements developed by the superintendent of bankruptcy, you will need to pay a portion to the trustee. This is called a surplus income payment requirement. If your date of bankruptcy is within 7 years of when you stopped being a full-time or part-time student, your student loan debt will not be released by your bankruptcy. Will I still owe money after I file bankruptcy? Only for a limited amount of debts. A bankruptcy discharge does not cover secured loans, home mortgage or vehicle loan. Certain student loans, remember the 7-year rule I just mentioned? Penalties or fines enforced by the court. Spousal support and alimony you have to make in your separation agreement or divorce proceedings, and any debts from a fraud. What length of time will I be in bankruptcy? The length of time you will be in bankruptcy depends on whether this is a first or second bankruptcy and whether or not you have surplus income. The minimum length of time in bankruptcy is 9 months. If it is your first bankruptcy, none of your creditors oppose your discharge and you do have surplus income, then the 9 months increases to 21 months. If it will not be your first time in bankruptcy, the length of time before you can get a bankruptcy discharge will depend on many factors. We certainly discuss it during your initial free consultation. Who will find out that I have filed for bankruptcy? As soon as you declare bankruptcy, your trustee will inform your creditors, the CRA, the credit bureaus and the OSB. The bankruptcy filing is public information and it will show up in your credit history. For a personal bankruptcy where your non-exempt assets given to the trustee are worth more than $15,000, there must be a legal notice of your bankruptcy in the local paper. Exactly how will bankruptcy impact my credit score? Drops down to the least favorable credit rating, R9, immediately. After you declare bankruptcy, you must start to work on improving your credit score. Once you are discharged from bankruptcy, you will have more options to improve on your credit score and rebuild your credit. Notice of the bankruptcy will stay on your credit record for 7 years after you get your bankruptcy discharge. How is my partner or spouse affected by my bankruptcy? Your spouse or partner is not directly impacted by your bankruptcy. Your spouse or partner will have to disclose his or her income as part of your surplus income calculation. The partner or spouse will be liable to repay any loan they have co-signed or guaranteed for you. They will also have to repay any credit card balance on your account for which they haven't used a supplementary card to make purchases. How will my bankruptcy impact my ongoing divorce case? In Canada, bankruptcy procedures do not conflict with most of the family law system and process. There are generally only 2 parts of your divorce proceedings your trustee will certainly get involved in. One is when it pertains to the bankrupt person's legal rights to entitlement to an equalization payment. Second is when the bankrupt person owns property, either jointly with the spouse or alone, and such property has not already been dealt with in the family law proceedings. How do I choose the right trustee for me? Schedule a cost-free no-commitment initial consultation with a trustee that either you have been referred to or you found from an online search. Ask any kind of questions you might have concerning your particular situation and the options you may have. If after that appointment you feel comfortable with the knowledge and demeanor of the trustee, and you felt confident that you received proper answers to your questions, then great. If not, make an appointment for a free initial consultation with a different trustee. Use that experience to compare both to see who you would like to put your trust in. At the end of the day, you have to know who you will be dealing with and feel comfortable with them. You have to be assured that your trustee gets you. Do you have too much debt? Are you having a problem making your month-to-month bill payments? Is your company dealing with financial obstacles that you just can't figure the way out of? If so, call the Ira Smith team today. We have years and generations of experience aiding individuals and businesses looking for financial restructuring or a debt settlement plan.
I hope you enjoyed the video. The Ira Smith team is available to help you at any time. We offer sound advice and a solid plan for starting now, so that you'll be well on your way to a debt-free life in no time. For more information on a no-cost basis, please visit our website or call us. Our website and telephone details are coming right up now.
Oh.